It's the final run for Logan. What's up, my fellow moviegoers? Chris is back here in the movie chair, and I'm welcoming you to a brand new Flashback Friday review! Today, we're traveling all the way back to the year 2017 and taking a look at the movie Logan. Wait a minute! It's still 2017! How could this possibly count as a Flashback Friday review? Okay, granted, Logan is a newer film, but since it came out at the beginning of 2017, and right now the year is starting to wind down, I want to allow this. Now, Logan marks the final time we will see Hugh Jackman portray our favorite mutant, which before you watch it, you already start to feel just a little bit emotional thinking about it, you know? But Logan is one of the last remaining mutants in this movie, and his sole job is to protect the X-23 mutant from being captured by the government and drugged back to the laboratory. Basically in this movie, mutants are no longer naturally born. They are now like lab experiments on kids just to see what they can create. I do believe there's a bit of social commentary in there somewhere. Try to figure it out. Now, by far, this is the most serious, the darkest, and the most violent X-Men movie and Wolverine movie to ever be made. Now, if you're more of a fan of Marvel's light-hearted movie universe with the humor, then I have a feeling when you watch this, you're gonna go full DC criticism on this movie based on how dark and serious this thing can get. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean there isn't humor in this movie. Professor X, for example, has plenty of humorous scenes. We are so used to seeing Professor X as this very proper, dignified individual. But in this movie, he just goes full crazy grandpa on us with the way he yells at Logan and the fact that he will not take his medication. Yeah, Professor X in this movie is on meds because he has a brain condition that makes it hard for him to control his psychic powers. Scary, isn't it? Logan himself has humor in this movie too, but his comes from the fact that when he's with X-23, he has to become more like a father figure to her. Just hearing Logan act and actually say like dad sayings to X-23, I couldn't help myself from just smiling whenever he started going into that. His relationship with X-23 does have humor in it, but there's also some very powerful emotional scenes in it as well. For example, when Logan has fought his last battle and he's lying in the woods, dying from his injuries, it is just really heart-wrenching to watch X-23 lay by his side, holding his hands as he's crying, and she's just sitting there with him, just crying daddy to him. It is just really, really one of the more gut, heart-wrenching scenes throughout the movie. She didn't talk much in the movie, but the girl who played X-23 was very impressive and very convincing in the role. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing them continue on with her story in the future movies. Besides all this, there was more that I wish I could have seen from this movie. I really wish we could have seen more details about the fates of the other mutants in this movie. You know, kind of like, I wish we could have seen like an aging Magneto in this movie and see a scene where maybe he helps Logan get X-23 up to the safe zone, somehow help them like that. And then after his like mission is completed with them, seeing what happens to him, what's his fate gonna be after he helps them? Or maybe Logan's brother from the first Wolverine movie could have made an appearance somehow. I know the first Wolverine movie was not a lot of people's favorite film and it really wasn't that great, but still it would have been like a nice nod to that film to just kind of put a close to the series. I think the biggest thing that would probably upset people when they watch this is how they included like real world X-Men comics from our world and put them in the X-Men universe world in the movie. That's how X-23 and the nurse from the laboratory who was trying to save her, that's how they find out about the safe zone. But Logan disregards everything about the safe zone and everything as the comics is just make-believe, fiction, and really doesn't take it seriously, and actually kind of like belittles the comics. Doing this really breaks the fourth wall between movie world and real world, and when they do that, it may not be a lot of people's cup of tea. All in all, I enjoyed this film. I think out of all of the Wolverine movies, this was the movie that actually had my attention more and had me more engaged while I was watching it. The story and the tone and the feel of the movie ended up being totally different than what I had envisioned in my mind that it would be, but that was very good. I liked the fact that it did that because it really made it to where I wasn't sure how the movie was going to go and what was going to happen when we got towards the end. I did have a feeling Logan was going to die at the end of it, but how, why, where, all that kind of stuff, I just did not know. But I am curious to hear what other people thought about this film. So what did you think of Logan when you saw it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What do you think they could have done differently? I would like to hear down there in the comment sections below, because that is what they are there for. And don't forget, if you enjoyed my video, please give it a like, and also subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with all the upcoming Flashback Friday reviews, movie trailer reactions, and movie news updates. Well, alright my friends, that is all the time we have for today. I'll be seeing you guys later, and I will save you a movie chair for the next video.